So getting yourself into a regular exercise routine, whether that's creating the routine or really just like stuck into it, let's talk about it. So I personally, I'm gonna really kind of talk you through like my thought process and how I coordinate and schedule this. I literally today, because it's summertime and my kids have been home, I'm off schedule and I don't like it. And so I went to Mardell's and this is literally what I'm doing today. So here we are. So when it comes to creating an exercise routine, I think the first thing really that you have to do is what method is going to work for you, or what method do you desire to do this? So for instance, let's say that you want to schedule time to go to the gym. Cool. Let's say that you want to schedule, like you want to do workouts at home. Okay, awesome. If you want to do workouts at home, know that you've got to be really extra disciplined, especially if you are like some of the many moms here that, you know, kids are on summer vacation. And so it's a bit harder to kind of be diligent and tell them no and be like, nope, this is mommy time. So what does that look like? Or do you have a scheduled time? Do you have an accountability partner, perhaps, or somebody that either comes to your door, knock, 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 and says, here I am, we're ready to work out. I can't tell you how many times, by the way, that I've had clients actually tell me, Albie, I would not do this if you didn't come and on my door. Or do you have a scheduled virtual time? So do you have like that accountability where you have one-on-one time, you are scheduled with somebody, and I'll be realistic with you, if you're paying for it, you are way more likely to show up than if you're not. That's why so many people get undisciplined with all of their programs and stuff at home. If you're trying to go out out of the blue, I'm going to start working out, you can absolutely do it, sister. You can do it. Just know, be prepared to be super diligent and disciplined to do that. So first figuring out, okay, what's the method that you're going to go about this? Then you've got to figure out and ask yourself, where does that fit? Realistically, where does that fit? If you're doing sessions, at home, if you have somebody that's knocking on your door, if you have somebody that you have a scheduled virtual time to meet with them, if you are doing your programs at home, obviously that's going to be a lot easier if you're already home to make that happen. Or if you're wanting to schedule time to go to the gym or go someplace else in order to exercise, then you've got to realistically look at that, because there's drive time involved with that. Is there a time of day that you're already kind of in that area? Thinking about those things in a realistic manner. Okay, how does this realistically and actually fit into my lifestyle and what my day-to-day looks like, what my routine looks like? And then the next thing you got to ask yourself is, what steps do you need to take in order to see that through and make that happen? So if you have somebody that's accountability, if you have somebody that you have a scheduled time to meet with them, obviously that makes it a lot easier. Just make sure you schedule it. Boom, done. Super simple. Or if you are planning on doing a routine at home, then figuring out, okay, well, what time of day actually, like, look at what your day looks like. Don't just say, oh, I think I can squeeze it, I'll just squeeze it in wherever I can between this stuff. No, because it's not gonna work. But where can you put that in? Does it mean that you have to set an alarm? Maybe, and that's okay. Does it mean that I have my kids doing this activity at this time and then that's going to be my time to work out? Like, what things do you have to kind of put in place in order to make that happen? Or if you're going to the gym and you're accounting for that opportune time, or maybe you're taking a class and you're counting in like drive time and all that things. Okay, where like having those things in order and making sure that you have everything in place that needs to happen so you have the best opportunity to see it through. So, and then of course, when the time comes, I always tell clients, especially like ones that do their programs at home, I will tell them to go for 10 minutes, because if the number one thing is showing up for yourself. And that's also the hardest thing, especially for moms. We have a hard time, we take care of everybody else and we have a hard time taking care of ourselves. And so what I will tell ladies to do is just 10 minutes. Anybody and everybody can find 10 minutes in their day, and all they have to do is show up for themselves. And if at the end of those 10 minutes, you don't feel like it anymore, fine, done, stop. At least you took the time to show up for yourself. And it actually, like, studies have shown that doing, how they recommend 30 minutes every day, studies have shown, even if you do that in 10-minute increments, you will see the same benefits as if you took that 30-minute slot altogether. And so what's going to work for you, figuring that out, and then taking the steps forward and showing up for yourself to actually do it. I love you guys. Mwah, and I hope that helps.